Hi there, Bobby, and I am Michael, the founder owner and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the 7-step system to pass a TOEFL IBT. And you posted pronunciation lessons number 27 and 28. And right now you're working on syllable division and grammatical word endings.
Hi Michael, this is Bobby. Thank you for your feedback for the previous lessons.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Today,
and you know
I'm
what?
going to
Let me make a point here. You're working really hard here, and this is going to pay off. There's a few advantages of doing what you're doing. You've already posted 26 different pronunciation practice exercises. This is getting you very, very familiar with recording your voice, which really is very, very important for the TOEFL IBT. A lot of students who take the test, they haven't even recorded their voice at all. Then when they go and take the test and then it tells them to begin speaking with the microphone, they don't know what to do. So this is going to be very helpful. And most importantly, you are solving problems. You are definitely making some very good progress with your pronunciation.
Speak clearly, lesson number 27.
All right.
Syllable division and grammatical word endings, part 2. Pronunciation practice sentences.
Okay.
Number 1. Mesoscale convective. Mesoscale convective systems.
You want to say there, it almost sounds like an R here. This is mesoscale. Pronounce that as an M. Mesoscale convective systems
are most likely to form when a mass of rain-cooled air descends from the mountains and collides with moisture on the plains and forcing it upward.
Pretty good with your pausing there. I liked how you paused before your adverb clause there. That was very natural, and good job on that.
Number 2. Marriage patterns in rural Turkey are noticeably influenced by endogamous preferences within both villages and kinship groups.
Exactly. So you are pronouncing your S endings, and even in this case, you created an additional syllable by saying preferences.
Number 3. Since 1790, only one much smaller explosive eruption has occurred in Hawaii.
This word, I'm not quite sure that you pronounce this. Explosive. Explosive eruption.
Number 4. An abundant supply of water on the moon would make establishment of a self-sustaining lunar colony much more feasible and less expensive than presently thought.
Okay.
Number 5. The entire digestive system from the mouth to the anal sphincter is a single hollow, long muscular tube about 30 feet long.
Well, interesting. I read it with single, long, hollow muscular tube. Let's do these one more time. You ready? Mesoscale convective systems are most likely to form when a mass of rain-cooled air descends from the mountains and collides with moist air on the plains and forcing it upward. Marriage patterns in rural Turkey are noticeably influenced by endogamous preferences within both villages and kinship groups. Since 1790, only one much smaller explosive eruption has occurred in Hawaii. An abundant supply of water on the moon would make establishment of a self-sustaining lunar colony much more feasible and less expensive than previously thought. The entire digestive system from the mouth to the anal sphincter is a single, long, hollow muscular tube about 30 feet long.
Pronunciation practice paragraph. Although from an early age, King resented religious emotionalism and questioned literal interpretations of scripture, he nevertheless greatly admired black social gospel proponents such as his father, who saw the church as an instrument for improving the lives of African Americans.
This word here, you might want to write this down in your pronunciation journal. Church. Church. You didn't clearly pronounce that sound. Also, this word, religious. Religious.
Morehouse College President Benjamin Mays and other proponents of Christian social activism influenced King's decision after his junior year at Morehouse to become a minister and thereby serve society. His continued skepticism, however, shaped his subsequent theological studies at Crosser Theological Seminary in Chester, Pennsylvania, and at Boston University, where he received a doctorate in systematic theology in 1955.
Not bad, and not bad on your pausing, so let's do this one more time. Although from an early age, King resented religious emotionalism and questioned literal interpretations of Scripture, he nevertheless admired black social gospel proponents, such as his father, who saw the church as an instrument for improving the lives of African Americans. Morehouse College President Benjamin Mays and other proponents of Christian social activism influenced King's decision after his junior year at Morehouse to become a minister and thereby serve society. His continued skepticism, however, shaped his subsequent theological studies at Crosser Theological Seminary in Chester, Pennsylvania, and at Boston University, where he received a doctorate in systematic theology in 1955.
Thank you. Hi Michael, this is Bobby. I'm going to post one more exercise today, that is Speak Clearly lesson number 28.
Alright.
Syllable division and grammatical word endings part 3.
Okay.
Syllable division and the ed grammatical ending.
Okay, so the main thing here is the ed, depending on where it is in the sentence, in the word, it's either pronounced as a D, as a T, or you create an additional syllable at the end of the word. That's really what you're trying to practice right now. Now let me see if I can find where you are. I think this is it right here, I believe. So let's see.
Group 1. Cuffed, passed, pressed.
Let me take a look at it again one more time. Let me make sure I can see where you are here. Let me go ahead and type in find. Oh, I got it. Here we go. Yeah, I wasn't sure where it was, what you were doing here. But everything that you see in the pronunciation area in video, I actually have it in a file. If you can believe it, it's over 208 pages I had to write just for the pronunciation part of my course, Bobby.
Touched, faked.
Let's go back.
Hi Michael, this is Bobby. I'm going to post one more exercise today.
Okay.
That is Speak Clearly lesson number 28. Syllable division and grammatical word endings part 3.
Now instead of that is, if you say I'm going to post one more lesson today, I would probably say there which is, not that is. Because you're connecting that to the previous idea, so you want to use an adjective clause connector. And I think that's going to work better than the word that in that case. Because we consider what you just said as what's called a non-restrictive element. It means that which is, the information you're saying is not really necessary for the meaning of the sentence, so you want to put a comma, and whenever you're using commas, you want to use which and not that after that.
syllable division and the ed grammatical ending.
All right.
Group 1. Cuffed, passed, dressed.
Exactly. So in all three cases, the ed is pronounced as a T because you have the F and the S. These are voiceless consonants. So then the T is also a voiceless consonant.
Touched, faked.
Now this word you had some trouble with. It almost sounded like you said catched, but touched.
Mopped.
Good.
Group 2.
All right.
Saved, sealed, judged, bussed, carried, killed.
Okay, you got it. So you're pronouncing all of those as D's. The ED here is pronounced as a D because it comes after voiced consonants. This is the one that people have the most trouble with. And the easy rule to remember is if the ED comes after a T or a D, you have to create a new syllable at the very end. If you think about it, Bobby, if you take the word plant, and if you follow the first rule in group 1, then you say plant. But that's very awkward, and a native speaker is not going to know that that's past tense. So then we have to say planted.
Group 3.
All right.
Sorted,
All right.
caughted, sifted, planted, handed, branded.
Exactly.
Pronunciation practice words.
Yeah, this is good. I'm glad you're doing this.
Number 1. Reach, reaches.
And be a little bit more clear. Practice reaches. Reaches.
Run, runs.
I don't know. You want to make that a Z. It sounds like you're saying runs. But it's runs. 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 Runs.
Land, lands.
Lands. Lands.
Number 4. Wash, washes. Number
Washes. So what your problem is here is you're not pronouncing that Z very clearly when you need to put that Z because the S kind of sounds like a Z. You have to pronounce the Z more clearly than what you're doing.
5. Solve, solves.
Not bad. Solves. Solves.
6. Analyze, analyzes.
Better. Analyzes.
Number 7. Egg, eggs.
Eggs. Egg. Eggs.
Number 8. Pencil, pencils.
Pencils. Yeah, you don't have this one. I think you probably should practice this one more
Number
time.
9. Match, matches. Number 10. Window, windows.
Windows.
Number 11. Stop, stops.
See, that's perfect. So you do better when the S needs to be pronounced as an S. You don't have any problem with that at all. But when the S needs to be pronounced as a Z, that's where you're having your difficulty.
Number 12. Lash, lashes.
Lashes.
Number 13. Circumstances, circumstance, circumstances.
Okay.
Number 14. Judge, judges. Number 15. Plant, planted.
All right. That's good.
Number 16. Grab, grabbed.
Good.
Number 17. Look, looked.
All right.
Number 18. Talk, talked. Number 19. Associate, associated. Number 20. Decide, decided.
Yeah, this one, I'm going to say you need to practice the S when it is a Z. So let's practice some of these again. Number 1, reach, reaches. Number 2, run, runs. Land, lands. Wash, washes. Solve, solves. Analyze, analyzes. Egg, eggs. Pencil, pencils. Match, matches. Window, windows. Stop, stops. Lash, lashes. Circumstance, circumstances. Judge, judges. Plant, planted. Grab, grabbed. Look, looked. Talk, talked. Associate, associated. Decide, decided. Now here are my conclusions I have to draw here. I'll be honest with you. Is there's either two problems here, and I don't know exactly which one it is. I'm guessing the latter. But the first problem is you may not know, even though you've gone through the lesson, you're still not familiar with when the S sounds like a Z. That's the first issue. Now the latter, more likely, is the issue, is you simply are having trouble pronouncing the Z at the end of a word. You're just not sure. Maybe in your own language you're not used to doing that. You're not used to putting that sound at the end like that. So that's a new sound for you. So I'd recommend to practice, maybe go through the lesson one more time and focus specifically on the S. You're okay with the D, no problem there. You pronounce that correctly. You're just having problems with the Z particularly, even with the S. When it is an S like walk, walks, you do that. You do that fine. It's just when it needs to be pronounced as a Z, that's where you're having the most trouble.
Thank you.
All right, so I think we're done with that. All right, keep up the good work, Bobby.